In the previous lesson, we saw several different ways to create a work point. The points we created are parametrically linked to the selections we made to create them. However, there's another type of point you can create in Inventor called a grounded point. A grounded point is a point that is created relative to the part's origin and universal coordinate system. It's not parametrically linked to the model geometry at all. Instead, it's grounded or fixed in space. Let me show you what I mean. I'll begin by launching the Grounded Point tool from the Work Point dropdown. There are two ways to use this tool. The first way is to just select an existing work point to create a grounded point at that spot. With the tool active, I'll select this center point. A reference triad appears at the point I just selected, along with a 3D Move and Rotate dialog box. I'll click OK to dismiss the dialog for now. We'll look at it a little more closely in just a bit. When I do, a grounded point is created exactly on top of the point I just selected. Notice in the browser, however, that a new work point with a pin icon has been created. Now, I'll quickly make a couple changes to the geometry. You can see that although the geometry has changed, the grounded point remains exactly where it was, and the center point has parametrically updated and changed its location so that it's still at the center of this face. Let's look at the second method. I'll again launch the Grounded Point tool and select any point. This time, when the dialog appears, I won't be so quick to dismiss it. Notice at the top of this dialog box, you can see the X, Y, and Z coordinates for the point. If I click the Redefine Alignment or Position button, the coordinates become activated, and I can enter new values for the grounded point. Remember how I mentioned earlier that grounded points were only parametrically related to the origin? This is exactly what I meant by that. With the new values, I can click Apply, and you can see the point in its new location, in the workspace. This is a quick and accurate way to create a point at any location in space, without the need for any other references or existing geometry. I could click OK right now to finish the point, but I'd like to show you a couple more things you can do before wrapping up. You can use the triad itself to reposition the point. If you click the sphere in the middle, you can drag the triad freely in space. You can drag the triad by any of the planes to move it along that plane. You can select an axis to rotate about, either by dragging or entering a value in the dialog box. Or you can drag the arrowheads of the axes to translate along that axis. Again, you can select the arrowhead and enter a precise value into the dialog box as well. Once you have the point located where you want it relative to the part origin, click OK to complete the grounded point. Now, no matter how the part or geometry changes, the grounded point will remain exactly where it's at.